Hi, I'm Joel Faust.
And I'm Jenna Callan, filling in for Bailey McKellop.
And you're watching Crown News Update, a weekly news program bringing news from around the world, as well as local and national stories and mission highlights. Stay tuned for campus events section at the end. Let's get started with our world news for this week. Jenna?
In Cairo, a blogger was convicted by an Egyptian military tribunal and sentenced to 3 years in prison for insulting the army. The 26-year-old blogger had written reports of abuse by the military and accused them of still being loyal to former President Mubarak. Rights lawyers say his sentence has wide implications regarding freedom of expression and will set a precedent for anyone who will try to expose the military of wrongdoing and abuse. This conviction has added to the fear that the Army is against greater freedom of expression and political reform. Since the Army has taken over in the last 2 months, more than 10,000 civilians have been convicted and sentenced by military tribunals.
An 85-year-old British sailor made his dream come true when he sailed across the Atlantic Ocean in 66 days on a raft. Anthony Smith completed the 2,800-mile journey with 3 of his friends. The trip went smoothly except for damage to 2 rudders on the large sail-powered raft. Smith bought the raft when he was compensated for being hit by a van that broke his hip. People called Smith's dream mad, doubting the elderly man could make such a journey. Smith ignored the negativity and responded by asking, "What else are people supposed to do when they get older?" The crew wanted to raise awareness about the environment and prove that elderly people are capable of embarking on adventures as well.
Turning to national news, a toddler got something extra in his apple juice while at an Applebee's. Dominic's parents ordered the 15-month-old an apple juice, and he drank what he was given. Dominic kept dozing off at the table and refused to eat his food. When his parents noticed the toddler was acting unusual, they discovered that it was margarita mix. Someone at the restaurant had mislabeled the margarita mix as apple juice. The concerned parents took the toddler to the hospital. Doctors said he would be fine, but told the parents that if he had consumed the whole cup, Dominic would have died. The restaurant is currently under investigation.
A Utah company called Deep Blue Marine made a surprising find off the Dominican Republic. Divers searched a shipwreck and found gold coins, jade statues, and ancient Mayan jewelry. The company still hasn't come across the main pile of the shipwreck and expects to find more. The ship has been dated back to a few years after Christopher Columbus discovered America. Some of the coins value in at over $1 million. Experts believe the Spanish ship went down during a hurricane. Never in history has a ship turned up so many old artifacts.
This week in local news, a man in Minneapolis was looking to have a Catholic-based prayer garden put in his backyard. He had a 7-foot statue of Jesus made and placed in his garden, which overlooked the Mississippi River and the St. Paul skyline, only to wake up Sunday morning to see a wall of flames around his statue. Someone had taken wood from a pile in his yard and used it to start a fire at the base of the marble statue. The family had received complaints about the statue and wonders if the fire was set to send a message since marble doesn't burn. The man is holding on to his faith, praying for those who started the fire.
7th graders at Hopkins West Junior High had just started learning about Asia when it was hit by a tsunami and earthquake in March. The students asked their teachers what they could do to help and came up with a basketball fundraiser. The fundraiser was called Take a Stand for Japan, and students played the teachers in basketball. The students' goal was to raise $500, giving it to a charity that helps those who are suffering in Japan. At the end of the game, students are victorious and had raised $1,500 with a final score of 75-68. This week for missions news, we will focus on Crown. Friday's chapel will highlight all the teams who will go out this summer. The ice trips will hit Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America. Most of the trips will be working primarily with youth, and many trips will be using teaching opportunities to connect with the children and their families. Team Mongolia will be sponsoring a volleyball fundraiser event on April 30th in Crown's Athletic Center. The tournament will begin at 8:30 p.m.
May has been designated by Women at Risk International as the month of prayer for Muslim women. Women at Risk International work to introduce hope and dignity to women and children, and also to share the gospel, as well as raise awareness and understanding in believers. Because so many Muslim countries are closed to missions, prayer is often Christians' only means of promoting peace to these people, so it is imperative in this work. This is what is ahead for chapels this week. Wednesday, April 13th is the last Lenten small group. Friday, April 15th is GIT Chapel to support the ICE teams. Sunday the 17th is U-Turn 903, and it will consist of communion. To wrap it up, on Monday the 18th is Reconciliation Chapel.
Some event highlights for the next few weeks include the Missions on a Shoestring trip for spring will be on April 21st to 23rd with Source Ministries' Disgrace Easter presentation at the Fallout in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's a $40 fee, and the trip qualifies for Christian service.
The spring musical, Singing in the Rain, opens Thursday and runs through Saturday. With a cast consisting of over 20 people, a live pit orchestra, and an average of 3 costume changes per person, Crown should expect to be amazed. As an added bonus, there's even some tap dancing. And here's Joel with an interview he conducted with the 2 stars of the show.
Hi, I'm Joel Faust, and I'm here with Tyler Kruse and Courtney Pikel, 2 of the stars of Crown College's Singin' in the Rain. And I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. Tyler, which character do you play?
I play Don Lockwood.
Cool. And Courtney?
I play Lena Lamont.
Oh, cool. And so, from your point of view, since you guys are 2 of the main characters in the play, what have been the hardest things about this play for you 2?
For me, tap dancing, because I had to learn how to tap dance, and I've never tap danced before, so definitely tap dancing.
Whenever you're in a main role, there's a lot of time commitment, so whenever you're in an academic institution plus you're in a play, there's definitely time management. I think that was my hardest.
Okay. And what has been like the best thing about this play that you guys think you're going to walk out with?
For me, it was really challenging because I did plays in high school and they were kind of cheesy, but this is Johnny Granger does a great job and he really directs really well and he sticks it to you and isn't afraid to slap you around a little bit. And so it's just been really challenging for me, and I've just grown a lot in just personally and acting wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me the best thing would have to be the best thing coming out of this experience would be having worked with Professor Johnny Granger, and all of the experience that he brings and the passion that you can totally learn from. Also, this was a new character. I haven't been able to play this type of character, comic relief or villain before, so that was challenging and fun, definitely.
Cool. I can tell you a lot of people are putting a lot of time and effort in this play, and I think it's going to look really great. When is the play, and where can people go to see it?
It is on Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this week, which is the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and it starts at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
And you can buy tickets online at Crown College. There's probably a link somewhere there, or you can buy tickets at the door, and they're $10 for general admission and $5 for students.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys. You're really a lot of fun.
Thanks.
Softball will look to claim some wins at Northland at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. on the 12th. They will travel to presentation at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. on the 15th. Following that series, they will travel to UM Morris on the 16th. Opening pitch is at 1 p.m.
I'm Jenna Callan.
And I'm Joel Faust.
Thanks for watching the Crown News Update.